In this video, we're going to take a look at the new Garmin Edge 1050. I'll tell you some of the specs of this new device. I'll show it coming out of the box and just show you what you get. But most of all, I'll give you my first impressions as we power it up and pair it to the phone. And then I'll follow up this video with a full review after I use it for a few weeks. Now, this computer will actually be on my gravel bike most of the time. I like the smaller devices like the Edge 840 for my mountain bike, but of course this can be used on a mountain bike. I'll just say one thing about using a larger Garmin on a mountain bike is usually the little rubber O-ring mounts, the quarter turn mounts, don't work very well, so you need a bolt-on out front mount, which probably is included, but when we open up this box, we'll find out. So let's do that. There it is. So one of the main things Garmin have done with the 1050 is they've really improved the display. In the past, there was a pretty big difference between like a cell phone screen and a Garmin screen in terms of brightness and responsiveness. This is 1000 nits, by far the brightest Garmin, and I think the brightest screen of any bike computer out there. So there's your sticker. This is a 3.5-inch display. Let's see what you get with it. So you get these quarter turn mounts that go directly on the handlebar. It looks like you get 2 of those. So you do get the out front mount. This is what I use on my gravel bike. I use it on a pure cross-country bike if I'm not riding really rough trails. I just like on the gravel bike it being out in front, but again on a mountain bike I just like it being directly on the handlebars. You also get a few extra spacers so you can fit the out front mount on various size handlebars. And then you do get a safety lanyard. I don't use the safety lanyard. I personally never had a Garmin come out of the quarter turn mount. It's just very secure, but if you want that extra peace of mind and security, you can use this. And of course, you can use it in case you were to crash so your Garmin just doesn't go flying off somewhere. You do also get a USB-C charger, and I'll highlight the fact that it is USB-C, which I really like. And your charge port, if it's like other devices, is going to be right here. Yes, it is. So again, USB-C, which makes traveling a lot simpler because pretty much every other device that I have, cameras, whatnot, use a USB-C. And of course you get a little instruction manual there. Before I power on the 1050, just a quick size comparison. So this is a 1030, this is a 1050 in the middle, and that's an Edge 840. So you can see the 1050 is a bit taller than the 1030, not by much. Again, this is a 3.5-inch display. I will note that there are no side buttons on the 1050 like the Edge 840, and that's actually one of my favorite features of the 840. You can use touchscreen or you can use the side buttons to navigate, whereas this is going to be a pure touchscreen. So I'm going to go ahead and power this on. I'll power on the Edge 1030 as well. I'll do the 840 too, and then we can look at the display brightness, and then we'll get it set up and pair it to the phone. Hopefully the 1050 comes with a bit of a charge. Oh, wow. This is the first, oh yeah, good 78%. That's really good because I'm going to go ride soon. And man, that is a bright display. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and turn this one up to full brightness, and then I want to see just how they compare. This is new. You get a little QR code to pair the phone. So I've been using Garmin's for years. So I'm going to go ahead and pair my phone. So that's extremely easy. Actually, the easiest of any Garmin device that I've used. So I just scanned the QR code. It opened up the app. Of course, I have the Garmin Connect app already installed on my phone. A very useful app, by the way. I just click on pair, allow. That was a breeze. Yeah, I want to go ahead and transfer my current sensors. So what it's doing is I've got other sensors paired, for example, heart rate monitor, power meter, speed sensor. I've got it paired to other Garmin devices and a Varia. I don't have the Varia paired to the 840, but I have it paired to the 1030, which is on the right. So now it's asking me if I want to pair different activity profiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the, let's see, we'll use the 1030 activity profile. That's really nice. So I don't have to set up all my screens, and I'll probably do some different screens because the 1050 has a new user interface. But for now, I'm just going to set it up like the 1030 because, like I said, I'm going to go out for a ride right now, and I want to start riding and not have to mess with the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and sync and then finish, and we are done. That was a a really easy setup. So it's syncing right now, but I want to show you how crazy bright this screen is. This is probably not even at full brightness. This is at full brightness, the Edge 840. The 1030 is at full brightness. So this is an LCD display, and it is just incredibly bright. So set up Wi-Fi networks. The 1050 has some new Wi-Fi features. So I've got the 1050 at full brightness, and you can see there's like no comparison with the older devices. So just a few quick specs on this. It's $699. Like I said, it's a 3.5-inch display. That's 1,000 nits brightness, 161 grams. It is IPX7 waterproof, and it has 64 gigabytes of map storage. So you can see now I got my profiles, which, okay, that's for my daughter. That's pretty cool. That was really good timing. Thanks, Julia Gibbs. I appreciate that. So I've got my profiles that carried over from my 1030. This is the one I'm going to use today. So I'm going to tap on that. And these are all the fields that I had set up on my 1030. So again, super easy setup. I'll probably mess around with these, but man, I just cannot believe how bright this display is. In fact, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I don't want to blow it out on the camera there. So let's go back to the screen there. And then, like I said, I'm going to go for a ride today and really test this thing out. But I want to show you how easy it is to bring over a course. So I've got a whole bunch of courses saved. I'm going to go to training and planning, and I'm going to go to my courses, and then I'm going to sort by the course length. I'm going to do a short ride today because I've got a lot of yard cleanup from the previous hurricane that came through here. So I cannot expend too much energy in my ride. So I'm going to do Old Bellamy 39. So all I have to do here is I want to share it to the Garmin Edge 1050. So I'm going to tap on that button there, and then I just tap on the 1050, and then I've got the course, and I'll just show you real quick. So if I go, I'm going to tap on the screen here. And by the way, a couple features that I'm going to be testing on this that are really nice is it's got a bell. So if I tap on the screen and I go to bell, that's a really, really loud bell. And the tones have really been improved on the new 1050, by the way. So I'm going to tap here. I'm going to go back to home. Oh, one more thing, road hazard. So I can report a road hazard like an animal, an obstruction, pothole, whatever. So that's really cool. And I'll be testing this out. But what it does is it notifies other Garmin users. Doesn't matter if they have the 1050 or not. They could have an 840. They could have a 1030. It will notify them of the road hazard that I reported. So again, that's super cool. So I'm going to go back to home, and then I'm going to go to navigation, and I'm going to go to courses, and I should see, yep, there's the course. So again, I already had that course saved. Very, very easy to just get the course on. I'm going to tap there. It's going to load up the course. And then it is time for me to get out and ride. Navigate to the beginning of the course. No, I know how to get to it. All right. So I'll report back after a couple weeks of using this to let you know what I think. So far, the impressions are great. The screen is no longer do you have to compromise between a bike computer and a screen that's not as good as a cell phone. Like it's super. And by the way, so let me just show you how responsive this screen is. If you've used other Garmin devices, you'll know there's a little bit of a delay in the screen. This so far has been extremely responsive. I will be getting one of these little covers. So this is the one for my 1030. I like these silicone covers. I also have one for the 840. I have dropped a Garmin in a parking lot, and I just don't like scratching up a $600, $700 computer. I'll probably get a screen protector too. Not as crucial on the gravel bike. The 1050 is mainly going to be used on my gravel bike. Screen protector not as crucial on the gravel bike as it is a mountain bike, but I will still probably get one because of just, I don't want to damage this really nice screen. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you've used the Edge 1050, let us know what you think. And stay tuned to the channel because I'll be posting a full review on the 1050 in a few weeks and let you know what I think from the real world scenario, which will mainly be gravel. It'll also be some mountain biking, and we'll see how it works. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.